people of Hyrule, Link here with another episode of Tales of Hyrule. Let's get started! Today I'll be talking about something that's, well, not really shown anywhere here on YouTube. So I've taken it into my responsibility as an experienced swordsman and the hero of Hyrule to make a wellness plan for you guys, so you guys can become healthier and happier. I'll be talking about healthy ways of eating, working out, and stress relievers. Because if you're gonna save the world from imminent destruction, then you're gonna get stressed. First off, I'll be talking about healthy ways of eating. This is a big one because people think that you can, survive off of one thing and just, work it off. People don't realize that you need energy and nutrients from other things. That's what this segment's gonna be about. There are different types of foods. One being earth-provided, processed, and empty calorie. Earth-provided is when it's not processed or changed by chemicals in any shape or form. Now you have your fruits, vegetables, grains, protein, and dairy. Those are all examples of earth-provided. It's just the way that you use them really changes how you eat. Processed foods is just the opposite of earth-provided foods. Just less healthier. This is when it is processed or chemically changed in some way or another. Examples are processed cheese, white bread, and applesauce. Those are all, unfortunately, processed, and you should really limit on how much you eat. The last part is empty calorie foods. Now I asked my friends, Zelda and Ike, if they ever heard of this kind of stuff and if they could name some things for me. And their answers were, I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is, or they didn't know it at all. And so I had to explain it to them. This is quite sad since people don't know really what to avoid, but when you know what it is, it becomes as clear as day. Now, empty calorie foods are things that don't carry any nutrients or things that energize you. So they're not really doing anything. Now you have your Little Debbie cupcakes, your candy, your cakes. Those are all examples of really bad empty calorie foods. Now that doesn't mean that you have to take that out of the equation completely. You can at least treat yourself like twice a week or once a week. This just means that you have to just limit it. So don't have it every single day or every single hour. That's really bad. Water. Well, how much you should drink? Sadly enough, people don't drink the right amount of water. They drink way less than they should because they drink pop or, other unhealthy things. And sometimes healthy things like 100% apple juice or just 100% juice in general. That's good. But if you're gonna drink that, then just at least drink half your body weight of water. Like, this isn't enough water. Surprisingly, I've seen people drink this much amount of water once a day. It's quite sad. If you don't drink half your body weight at least, then you're going to become dehydrated and it's going to be really, really bad for you. So make sure you drink enough water. Let's get to something that you people probably are waiting for. Your week or just your whole entire day. Eggs, whole wheat toast if you have some, bacon, but don't pan fry it. That just gets all the oils into it and it's just not good. I suggest with bacon or anything that's really fried in a pan and creates oils is you get like this little drying rack that they have created. Really helpful. Or you can use the drying rack with turkey bacon, which is delicious. And it's really good for you and it doesn't have much fat on it. 3 things I suggest for the morning is milk, 100% juice, and definitely water. Especially if you don't get enough water or you really just don't have time to, then why not just drink it in the morning? Drink at least a couple cups of it so you're ready for the day. And at night, do the same thing. A sandwich, but not with all those like unhealthy things like mayo or bacon. Just a simple ham sandwich or even having like lettuce in it. And that's really good. You can also replace the bread with whole wheat bread. Now, like in the morning, you should also drink water. But if you don't really want to or you just don't have it on hand, which is really unfortunate if you don't, then drink like milk or 100% juice. Really good stuff. Now for dinner, which is a really big part of our day, especially if you have like a party. A thing that you can have is steak. Well, doesn't steak have a lot of fat and juices that could be unhealthy? Yes, but it's the way you cook it. The most healthier ways you can cook it is grilling/broil. You can also bake it. The least unhealthy thing is frying. The way you should prepare it is also trimming the fat. That fat really isn't very necessary, but it does create a good flavor. But remember, just think about your body and how it might affect you in the future. It's a good thing to trim off the fat. On the side of your steak, corn, broccoli, green beans, cauliflower are really good choices for something with steak. Now you can grow it, go to a farmer's market, or have frozen vegetables, which are quite good, I have to say. Now for something to drink. Yes, water is really good at this time, especially if you're going to a party. They may not have, the most healthiest things. So if you want, you can just bring a water canister with you. Now if you're at home, then you have access to water. But if you already drunk half your body weight in water just that one day, then you can either have 100% juice, or if you're towards the end of the week and you're having this, then you could just treat yourself to something empty calorie, like pop. That's an exception. Now let's go on to the workout plan. Next I'm going to be talking about exercises you can do. There are two types of exercises, aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic is with oxygen, anaerobic is without oxygen. Quite simple. I'll start off with showing anaerobic exercises. One being using dumbbells. You guys probably seen these in school, but don't go with anything too heavy because you can break your arms. Ugh. Other things you can do is push-ups and pull-ups like we have right here. Now, I'm not very good at it, so I'm not gonna show you. Wait for another time. Another thing you can do is boxing. Just don't use your bare hands, you're gonna break them. Hands are fragile. Now we're on the aerobic side of things. Examples are walking, jogging, rollerblading, swimming, and aerobic dancing. All really good and fun ways to do it, especially when you have friends over. Now to go over what your week can look like. First, you want to take in mind that you should have at least a couple minutes of rest in between lessons or different exercises, so you can let your body have time to gather its strength. The first day can be either aerobic or anaerobic, but then the next day has to be the opposite of that, so you can work each part of your body. Same thing in exercises pertaining to anaerobic. You don't want to work one part of your body, but not work out the other, because then that part of your body will look disproportionate and it'll be a lot weaker than the rest of that you've been doing. So make sure you have a good balance between your anaerobic exercises, because then you'll have one day of gathering your strength, and that's good. Now during your exercises, it's a good thing to have water with you, and this does kind of pertain to your meal plan, because then you'll get dehydrated a lot faster, and no one wants that. Now you can make an overall plan of what your week will look like when you're exercising. Monday, anaerobic. Tuesday, aerobic. Wednesday, a rest day. Thursday, anaerobic. Friday, aerobic. Saturday, a rest day. And then Sunday, aerobic. Really easy for you guys to do. The last thing I'm going to be talking about is stress. Stress can be caused by a lot of things, especially when you're saving the world. But other times, from either homework, jobs, and a bossy Princess Zelda. I mean, a very beautiful and polite Princess Zelda. Actually, I just came in to say that we kind of failed that rule since we let Ganondorf stay with us. And by the way, I'm only bossy when I need to be.
Since Link is probably very confused right now and a little bit scared, I'll just go ahead and explain. Stress can be relieved by a lot of different things. One is by hanging out with friends that actually care. You don't want to be hanging around with people who get you into trouble or influence you in a bad way. Two is by doing things that are in your talents and skill zones. For example, art, singing, anything with the fine arts, equestrian, all those different types of things, even your sports. It really does help. The third way of relieving stress is by making self-improvements. This can pertain to education, socialization, communication, jobs, and anything along those lines. It really does help when you can make self-improvements. I will now give this back to Link so we can end the video. So, without further ado, I will bid you all farewell and see you next time.
Moving on then. I hope this information was really helpful for you guys, and I hope you put it to use. So, without further ado, I will see you guys next time on the Tales of Hyrule. Stay awesome, Hyruleans. See ya.